We're gonna wait. All right. Um, I guess we're just gonna wait until everything is on. Uh, I don't know if it's working. I've tried this a few times. This is the worst uh, live start in the world. Hola, ma. That's my mom. I guess it is live. Can anybody let me know if you could hear me? Today we're gonna be talking about the things that have changed in Russia since 2022. I'm having like internet problems with YouTube. Okay, it's not like my internet's bad. It's the fact that like if I don't use a VPN, uh, this thing goes crazy. So I'm trying my best to make the computer work on YouTube. I don't have a VPN. I don't want to get into it. It's just really, really hard to use YouTube when you're on a computer without VPN. Okay, so I'm just gonna share this link to the Telegram because I've shared like 20 of them. Um, yeah, Órale, pues, Mag, muchas gracias. Welcome, guys. Welcome to today's live. Today's we're going to be talking about how Russia has changed uh, culturally, politically, and economically. Russia's actually changed a lot since 2022. It's not the same if you want to come to Russia. It's a lot harder. I mean, it used to be really simple to just come and visit. Everybody knows that, even before 2022. So we're going to be talking about the differences. I'm also going to be talking about how I'm going to be getting married this year, finally. So people who are watching live right now are going to understand and know my wedding date and the process of getting married. It's been a really hard 2 years with Ksenia because we haven't been able to get married. So I'm going to be talking about that, okay? So if you can, please, if you have any people who are interested in knowing how life is like in Russia, different things about Russia, please do share this live. Right now, I'm going to share this live with my Telegram. Um, and so, yeah, um, you know, you think it works good without it, but here where I'm at, I don't know why it doesn't load the pictures on the YouTube and the YouTube lags if you're not on a VPN. So, anyways, let's wait a little bit, maybe 5 minutes. Let's uh, pass the link around, and we're going to start the live officially. Sorry if you guys are on my Telegram. I've shared the link like 5 times. It's crazy because I wasn't able to start. Yeah. Just sharing it to the different channels. If you have Telegram, share it with your friends. I would great appreciate it. Thank you, Vaughn, for sharing it on the DPA. Anyways, so hello and welcome to today's live. My name is Daniel. We're gonna start talking immediately about the different changes that I've noticed in Russia since 2022. We're going to start off with the cultural differences. Now, in Russia, before 2022, before the conflict in Ukraine, there used to be tons and tons and tons of Western tourists. Now, we know this because obviously people were not being told by their government not to come to Russia. So, culturally, Russia right now has less and less Westerners. So few are the Westerners in Russia that if you come, you immediately become a high valued person, in my opinion. Um, the the Russian people take notice to the foreigners a lot more. I, as an American, get noticed. I mean, people don't speak English right now in my town, but like if you're in Moscow, obviously if you speak English, they'll notice you. But since because there's less foreigners, they do kind of gravitate towards you, especially if you're from a country that's like on the naughty list with Russia. Like if you're from America, an unfriendly country, usually their citizens are not coming to Russia. So I want you to understand that since 2022, there's less foreigners, but in 2023, more foreigners have come from Western countries. So culturally, Russia is expanding its Western influence inside of Russia. I'm not the only American. There's other Americans, but besides Americans, there's Canadians, New Zealanders, Australians, Germans. I mean, every European country is in Russia. Now, yeah, when I say the naughty list, I guess the Russians call them the unfriendly list or something like this. So comment right now what country you're watching from, please. Comment in the chat what country you're watching from, and then also say if you would be uh, willing to come visit Russia, because right now there's many foreigners who are trying to come to Russia, and I'm going to be making finally the visa video. So we have the United States, we have Canada, more United States, Siberia in Russia. He's probably somewhere close to me, a lot closer than my home. Okay. Um yeah, it's understandable, guys. It's understandable that if you're from the United States, you shouldn't visit Russia. Like you would be scared to. I understand that. But I think the problem is more with the United States than it is with Russia, because actually Russian government is not going to do anything to you. In fact, like I said, you get special treatment. So culturally, Russia is expanding its influence on Western, I guess, tourism, and also Western people residents, right? USA, and you seek asylum in Russia. I think that right now Russia is opening its borders to people who are seeking asylum from the Western world. I think Russia's understanding that, like I said, culturally, some people identify more with the Russian culture. So that's definitely something that if you're planning on doing, it might be possible. Hello, yes. A lot of cool Siberian friends on here. How far am I from Krasnoyarsk? I'm about 4 hours, or no. I'm about 3 hours on a plane from Krasnoyarsk, I would say. So, guys, welcome to the video. This live is really important because if you're planning on visiting Russia, or if you're Russian, or you should understand that right now there's a lot of differences from early 2022 and before to current Russia. So, now let's talk about a little bit about political things are really important to foreigners, because if the United States makes a law, or if Russia makes a law, because I'm American, this can affect my stay inside of Russia. Now, it's not because I want to talk politics, but it's because politics actually revolve around us more than ever. A lot of people don't like to hear the truth, but if Russia is to put a law that is going to hinder me from living in Russia, then I will just have to leave, right? If the United States creates a law that hinders me from staying in Russia, then I would have to leave. If Mexico makes a law, which they would never, against Russia or the United States, or if there's turmoil, we would have to leave. There is right now, because of the terrorist attack in Moscow, there is a guaranteed that if you come to Russia as a foreigner from a Western country, from the naughty list, you're going to have to cross through secondary revision, they're going to have to check you again. So that right now is a fact. I've talked to almost I mean, I've talked to every one of my friends who's from the West, and they've all gone to secondary inspection, okay? And this is just normal, so don't get intimidated. This has to do with the change in policies that happen for people coming into Russia. Obviously, their security is much higher. You have to understand that when I came in this time, I was in, I was under I was being held for like 2 to 4 hours. It was like 2 hours and a half. But by the time I got there, it ended up being 3 hours by the time I was with Ksenia. Listen to what I just said, okay? When I got to Russia, I got inspected and I mean, I'm going to call it an interrogation because they do ask a lot of things and they look through your phone. But this is for security reasons. Um, this was 3 hours, okay? 3 hours. The first time I came to Russia, they looked at my passport and I went in. They didn't ask me anything. So you have to understand that this is happening right now. And this is not a bad thing, okay? If your country's on the naughty list, if your country's a country that's supplying weapons to the Ukraine, then expect to have a secondary inspection on your person, and you're gonna have to answer more questions, okay? Besides that, people have known or have read that the government of Russia will start or plans to start seizing American or foreign assets like company stuff. I guess I didn't really read up on it, but you have to understand that you're not rich enough, you are not big enough for Russia to bother you. Nobody is going to be bothered by the Russian government, okay? Just come here as a tourist or come here as a resident. If you're an American, they're not going to seize your property just out of the blue. This is not how Russia works, okay? There's not going to be any cases of that because that is not what that law is targeting. It's not targeting individual citizens who have a house or who are here as residents for, I don't know, 10 to 20 years. Like, this is not a problem. Um, let's slow it down a little bit, and we talked about the political stuff and the economical and the cultural stuff. I I'm gonna answer some questions now. Okay, let's go into the chat here. I have it open, and I will answer everybody's questions. If you're curious about anything, like don't you feel a little bit boring living in Sludanka? No, I don't get bored because I live close enough to the city where if I want to party, if I want to go out, if I want to go drink, if I want to go do whatever, I take a bus and I can stay 2 nights in Irkutsk and get all of my energy out. But in Sludanka, actually, there's so much to do, especially because I bought a house or I bought some land. Um, he says, don't believe me because of what I'm wearing. You don't know, but this Tilnashka is the most comfortable clothes to wear inside. I wear this as a pajama, but I'm also aware that the military in Russia wears this, and the black one with white is the Marines, and I'm actually a veteran myself, so I like this. Okay, I was interrogated for 2 hours last time I went to USA from Canada. Whoa, that's funny. I've never heard of that. I've never heard. Well, actually, I thought that it was free for Americans to go, but I thought like from America to Canada was hard. I didn't know that from. Okay, okay. Canada to United States is easier. Yeah, I see, Dave. Definitely 2 hours. Maybe you had a ticket or something. They're really crazy. What are your thoughts about American soldier who was arrested in Vladivostok? I think it was good that he got arrested because I like the law and order in Russia, where if you do something, you're most likely going to get caught or you're most likely going to get punished. I like when people are punished for their crimes. I like when people are arrested when they do something bad. And I say that because where I come from, you can literally go into the Apple store and start ripping cell phones and nobody's going to stop you. So I think that it doesn't matter if he's in the military or if he's a veteran or what's his status. The reality is that he went into another country and committed a crime. Anybody who commits a crime should expect to get caught, should expect to um, have the book thrown at him if he, you know, he's gonna get what you deserve. I like that. I just came back from Canada. It took me 2 minutes to cross into Canada and 30 minutes to cross into the United States. Exactly. That's what I was talking about. Saludos desde Uruguay. Sé que sabes español porque he presenciado un directo tuyo respondido en este lenguaje. Abrazo, Slava Rusia. No, sí, claro que hablo español. Perdón, esa palabra nunca la había leído, ¿eh? Obviamente hablo español. Un saludo muy grande a Uruguay. Y un beso. Let's see. Hey, Zenith. Hey, thank you so much. By the way, guys, Operation Zenith has been a subscriber to this channel for so long and has really supported this channel. And when I tell people, and I'm gonna talk about the house that I'm going to build and the plot that I bought, but like people like him, really nice people. Besides the money, he's been supportive and has kind of uh, been such a like a another voice of reason, right? When I'm saying things or when I'm doing things, I appreciate when subscribers tell me, hey, this is wrong, or maybe you should see it this way. That's definitely someone who will tell me, like, hey, this is what you said, and perhaps you should see it this way. I'm always open to change my point of view because, everything's always changing. So thank you so much, Zenith, for your support. Good to see you're back. I could see sadness in your eyes. Yeah, I was really sad in the United States. I was really sad in the United States because I didn't feel at home anymore. And being a military man, the whole world was my house, but now I made Russia my home. So, can you just be a regular Joe and get citizenship? I think, look, I'm going to be making a video hopefully with an agency that can help people get uh, citizenship. So if you stick around with the channel, you might get an answer. But there's different ways for you to obtain residency, and from residency, you can get citizenship. Let's see. I would have been nervous. I would never be. Good night, Russia. Yes, so I paid 10,000 to $11,000 because the dollar fluctuates, right? There's no, it didn't cost me 14,000. There's no way I would pay 14,000 for that, because actually the extra 3,000 is gonna go like towards 1/4 of the house build. Um, a good friend has designed the house. I want to show you guys this house. I want to show you guys this this house design. We're going to get into that a little bit later, but right now I want to answer more questions. I want to talk about my marriage. I'm engaged since a long time, but I finally got accepted to get married. Oh my god. Sandra, guys, this is amazing. Sandra is basically my aunt. La quiero mucho, Sandra. Un abrazo muy grande desde acá, desde Siberia, en Rusia. La quiero mucho. Um, why is the US so triggered? Um, can you ask the question again, or is that your question? Um, because the United States is uh is on a cog. It's on a cogs. It's on a cog, like a clockwork. It has to continue. Oh, thank you for becoming a member, brother. Actually, I'm gonna be making more member content starting this week. Well, I'm supposed to be starting, but I'm gonna be doing a lot of personal things. Thank you so much for your support, man. If you guys have any questions and I missed them, please ask them again because I have the camera here. I don't know how my camera is working, but this is where it is. If you have a son, he will likely have to serve in the military. Yes, my son, if I have a son here in Russia, I will support him and I will encourage him to do his military duty in Russia. For some people, this might sound strange, but my mother is Mexican and my father is Mexican. And in Mexico, we do military service. And in America, I felt a need to serve because in my heart I believe that every man should serve, and we've already talked about this. I've made a video about this. um, if I have a son, I will encourage him, and I will uh, expect him to, and I know it sounds crazy, but I would expect him to do his military service. I don't want to talk about it further. Just know that I would expect my children, if they're boys, to serve, and that's it. But if I was in America, I would also encourage my son to serve. If I was in Mexico and I had a son, I would expect my son to serve. I am a military man myself, so even if I was in America, I would totally push my son to serve. Not saying that I would want my son to go to war. You guys have to understand there's a difference between war and serving. And if it was unfortunate enough that my son would be in during a time of war, then I would have to man up and accept this. What are your thoughts about the potential Jewish influence on Russian government and President Putin? Honestly, I don't have any opinion on the Jewish influence on Russia and on the president of the Russian Federation, but I will say one thing. The Russian people and the Russian government are a little bit more centered, right? They're not leftist, they're not on the right. They're a little bit more centered. No matter what you hear on the news, no matter what you see on YouTube, the Russian people do not decide so fast what they feel. They kind of judge it. And I mean, the Russians are going to do whatever they want. I have no opinion on the Jewish influence because honestly, they're not influencing me. I have no opinion on what they're doing. Militarily, I have opinions, and my opinions are on the Real Reporter channel. What are your opinions about the Trump conviction in the United States? I think that's scary. That I do have an opinion on because that affects every American. It affects every American because if a former president can be treated this way and ran through the mud, what can they do? I mean, they can make us disappear. And I think the only reason why Donald Trump is not dead is probably because he has a lot of money and he has a lot of influence in government because he's been a president. What are your thoughts about illegal immigration happening in the United States? I think it's illegal, and I think that my country should be ashamed of itself for not enforcing laws. That's the simple and fast answer. When is the bachelor party? The bachelor party should be in July, late July. So I'm gonna go to Irkutsk and I'm gonna have a party for anybody who's around. You're welcome to join my bachelor party. By the way, Dan, are you familiar with GTO medal? It is a thing where you're asked to run some physical test and pass. No, I'm not aware of this medal. I was in the military during a time where you weren't giving any medals for stuff like that. Have you noticed more Westerners in Russia? Yeah, guys, there are so many channels now, new channels, and I'm so happy to bring you guys new channels. I've talked about the Plastic Russian, the Scottish man in Moscow. Like, I'm gonna try my best to continue to bring you the new channels, the smaller channels. But I hope that you guys still support this channel, okay? Yeah. So, by the way, HKJ, I really want to say thank you so much again for becoming a member of the channel. I promise you guys who are members, who are watching, the members content is going to be a little bit more personal. Like it's going to be a little bit shorter and to the point. So right now I'm talking about, answering these questions, but say I wanted to talk about my marriage, I will be going and speaking directly to you guys about how it's going to happen. And on the video, it's going to be a little bit dragged on and, broken down for longer content. And it's going to kind of be a little bit better when it's more direct, I believe. So, what's your opinion on the potential new Mexican president who will be replacing AMLO? So, if you guys don't know, AMLO is the president of the United States of Mexico, and that's really the name, United States of Mexico. And he's going to be leaving the presidency soon. Now, I think that the woman who is after him in his party might become president, and they actually have a really good stance in global politics to where they might be able to join BRICS. So I'm excited about that. I hope they can join BRICS. Do Russians think Latinos look Muslim? Should I shave my beard? I don't think that Russians think you're Muslim. I think Russians think that we're like from the Caucasus or Uzbekistan, not necessarily Muslim, but like from a Stan country. I don't think that they're so cultured in that sense. I don't think they are cultured in what Americans look like not United States Americans, but like the rest of us. I enjoy your content along with Lisa with love and Sasha from Russia. Each of your channels have certain aspects I enjoy. Hey Joe, thank you so much, man. You know, that's what it's all about. Everybody's opinions and perspectives when we make these videos are unique. And they would be unique if you started a channel or anybody started a channel. Привет. Uh, spra... I don't know what that is. Do you think Ukraine gets F-16s and change the situation cardinally? No. You so if Ukraine got everything at the same time that it's gotten, if Ukraine at the beginning got everything that it's gotten up to now, it would make a difference. But you can't replace the 18-year-old men who are dying in Ukraine, and you can't replace experience with weapons. Okay, that's what I've said many times. You guys know my opinion about the war, and if you want to know more, go to the Real Reporter channel where I do my military analysis. Is South America, Argentina, El Salvador, Brazil a good place to invest for the future, especially considering BRICS? Black tea. Right now, Mexico is the best country to invest because Mexico has the ocean to ocean train, like the train that takes from the Pacific to the Gulf, which is going to replace the Panama Canal. So Mexico's on the way up. Ivan, call my girlfriend. Ksenia's sleeping right now. Hello, Dan. Does your family plan on visiting Russia? Yeah, my mother and father want to visit. Want to visit. What do you think about the average age in the Ukrainian military? Okay, so the average age doesn't matter as long as it doesn't reach above 50. The average age for an infantryman is very young usually, but a real man reaches his prime around 30 to 40 years old. That's when you're most ready to actually be in combat. So I would say that if the average age is between 30 and 45, everything's okay. So if Ivan, I don't know what the heck is going on. One second. One second. Doo-doo. All right, we're gonna continue. Ivan, she is sleeping. Sorry. So I don't think that. Yeah. So who's building the railway? Mexicans build the railway. The Mexicans build the railway, and I think the Chinese help with engineering with other things. I think the major thing that we have to. Okay, we're gonna have to. Just do that a little bit. We're gonna put them on a timeout. Don't worry, guys. I'm sorry. So, if the age is between 30 and 45, I'm gonna finish this thought. It's gonna be okay because an infantryman must be strong, and 30 to 45, you reach that uh, grown man strength. So you're in Russia. How long are you staying there? Essentially living now. Yeah, so I'm here in Russia on a tourist visa, but I'm getting married to a Russian citizen in August. Then I'm going to apply for Russian residency. I want to show you guys. We're gonna go here, okay? And you can see on this video, guys, that I bought a house. Okay, I bought a house. The house is incomplete, but we're building. That building there that you guys see is gonna be built into a sauna in the future. But right now, I'm gonna fix the floor so it's a little bit steady. I'm gonna cover the top, and it's gonna be just like a dacha. Okay. Daniel, I would like to inquire about your contingency plan in the event of global conflict. Yeah, so if you would like to contact me, you can reach me on Telegram or here. So guys, let's if you haven't watched my most recent video, I show essentially what I bought inside and outside. We're going to look at a little bit of this video so that you understand what's going to happen in the future. I'm going to show you guys the actual plans. Hey Dan, my name is Dan too. Can Russian citizen own gold and silver? Yes, they can. Are there billions of coins? So the Russian government in the banks will sell you gold, and you can also buy from other people, so you can own gold and silver. Hi, how you was a soldier? How you was a soldier, but what do you know? I don't know. Ask me questions and I'll tell you what I know. What immigration policy does Russia need? It looks like Russia doesn't have enough population for development. So, look, Russia has enough for development simply with the fact that it's being able to manufacture and sustain itself in this major conflict. You know that it has the infrastructure and it has the population to uh, stick in a war economy. After a war economy is coming down, it can push that into something else. And Russia has a lot of room to hit that ceiling. It hasn't hit that ceiling yet, guys. So let me get back to the single cam. Think about it this way. The roof is very high for the United States because it has high potential, but it's almost reached its full potential, right? Because of the troubles that it's reaching. Russia's roof may not be that high, but the gap between its potential and the roof is very big. So in reality, Russia has a very bright future. Believe it or not, you don't have to take my word for it. You can come and see for yourself. This is exactly how it works in Russia. The potential might not be so high right now, but the space where they are now and its major potential is very big. So then you will see great improvement in the next 10 to 20, 30 years. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, my house is not hard to find on Google Maps. Guys, do we have any other questions? If you have any other questions, we have about 166 viewers right now. Please don't be shy. I will answer most questions right now. But could you please help the likes get to about 120 likes? It does help the channel grow. It does help the channel expand its viewership because right now we're in a small niche. So please hit the like button. I'm going to be talking about, again, politics that have changed in the last 2 years, economic things that have changed in Russia in the last 2 years, and cultural things that have changed in the last 2 years. How many kids do I want? I want at least 2 kids, but if God gives me one, I'll be happy with one. If I'm not blessed with any kids, I will adopt. This is something that I've talked with Ksenia. If we can't have kids, I will gladly adopt a Russian child here in an orphanage that is local, and I will give that kid a good life. What is your job now in Russia? I teach English and I make YouTube videos. How much are eggs? I gotta know. I mean, it depends on the store, I guess. Thank you so much, guys, for getting the likes to 120. Are you getting a military pension? So you don't get military pension in Russia. There's no way for you to receive any money from the United States. I don't know how to do it. Some people do it with crypto. I don't trust crypto. I have my income coming only from Russia at the moment. I'm very blessed to be able to work inside of Russia teaching English, and I'm very blessed to be giving other opportunities like sponsorships that I do on the side. So, guys, I don't have any money from the United States, and I don't trust crypto. What is the process of receiving free medicine care for foreigners? So, dead. As soon as you become a, a resident, you're granted some sort of health insurance. If you're a resident of Russia, say you're a permanent resident, it's almost at par with what it is for citizens, or it might be at par. So this is the reality. Let's see. Yeah, food is much cheaper in Russia. But do you have a pension? Yeah, I have pension because I'm a war veteran and I'm a wounded war veteran. So everybody who's a wounded war veteran in the United States receives a medical or a pension for their wounds. This is how it works. Do I use it? And I can't use it, unfortunately. If I could use it, I could finish my house in record time. I have no way of using it right now. Let's see. How do you learn about centralist policies of Russian in English? This is the first time I've caught you live. Hey D, how are you doing? I've seen you D on the comment section. Thank you for joining us live. How do we learn about the centralist policies of Russian in English? So the best way to do it, D, is probably using Google Chrome. It does translate many pages into English. D, hopefully I answered your question here. You can try that out. Okay, so for some of you guys who want to learn about Russian policies, or some of you guys who want to know about what's happening in Russia, but you can't read Russian, the best way to do it that I've learned is going on Google Chrome, and it gives you the option to change the whole page into English. This is this is really really good. You need to to read and do your research. Okay, Duolingo is good. Um, I have not taken the residency test, but as soon as I do, or as soon as I know how it goes, I will be informing you guys. I want to talk about my marriage and how it's going to happen in August. I'm going to take a few more questions and we're going to talk about getting married in Russia, how hard it's gotten in 2024 opposed to 2022. Okay, guys? So, hey, Daniel, would you mind me asking if you manage to live in Russia without speaking the language? Yeah, how do I do it? So in Russia, you don't need to learn Russian. It's not necessary, but it's very good to learn the language. Okay? You don't need to learn Russian because actually Russians will not approach you if you're not going up to them. And in very professional places, they have English speakers. But out of respect, you should learn Russian. I understand a lot of Russian. I can read Russian. I just can't speak it as well as I can understand it or read it. So you don't need Russian to come visit, at least for that, okay? Russia is the biggest country in the world. Yes, it is. Good fella. Good to know. I know that us provide financial assistance if you buy equipment for your farm. Yeah. So look, Russian government is helping people, not only Russian citizens, but Russian foreigners who are coming to live to Russia. They are actually helping foreigners with their own programs. So guys, I will be giving you guys oh my god. It's hilarious. Why do you guys want to talk to my girlfriend? She's sleeping. Oh, this is funny. This is just ridiculous. Uh Sorry, but I can't wake her up. I'm not going to wake my fiance up, okay? She's sleeping next to me and it's not gonna work. What are the first steps on getting a Russian visa? So, if you're from the United States, you must join my Telegram. I can walk you through the visa process for free. You don't have to pay expat American's wife to learn how to get a Russian visa if you're an American. I can also probably help you if you're not American to get a Russian visa. You don't have to pay the expat American's wife. And I have to say that twice because the expat American tries to get you to contact his wife so she can charge you to give you a website where you have to pay other people to do the visa anyways. So I can help you and I've helped many people get their Russian visa. Привет, друг. Как дела? So, if you want help, join my Telegram. If you're an American or a European who's trying to get into Russia with a visa, just contact me. I do it for free. I tell you how to do it for free. Obviously, the Visa Center is going to charge you, but I can guide you through the process. You don't have to go to other channels and pay them. I know that it sounds like I'm a hater. I know other people have to make money, but you shouldn't be making money off of simple knowledge. Okay, I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me. But I don't believe that simple knowledge should be cost people money. That is simple knowledge. I can guide you through a Russian visa in 5 minutes. Right now, someone that I helped is not on, but they can how do you say it? They can vouch for me. Sorry, I've helped many people. So I'm gonna link my Telegram channel, or actually, if anybody's in my Telegram channel, can we link it in here? Um, I'm sorry, I'm so bad at this. Hmm. How do I add my? All right, sorry, I'm gonna be silent for 1 second as I try to add. I have no idea how to do it. I have no idea how to do it for my phone. Okay, 1 second. If you have any questions and I missed them, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get the link for my Telegram so that you guys can join it and basically seek the help that you need to get the visa. Again, I charge zero. I charge zero. This is how I essentially get my compensation for the help, is by you guys being here, by you guys watching. And if you feel like donating, go ahead. But you don't have to, right? Let me see. My most recent video is talking about my house. Oh, I think I found it. Okay, guys, here's the link to my Telegram. Here it is, right here. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna save it, and please join the Telegram if you have any questions. I answer 100% of everybody. I'm not one of those people that are hard to reach. I do YouTube and teach English for a living right now. So if you need help, I'm more glad to help you than to ignore you. Okay. So there you go. That's the Telegram. Um, let's see. So where were we? Do we have any other questions? Because if we don't, I want to talk about my wedding that's happening in August, and you guys can ask questions about that. So I'm first going to tell you how things have changed. When I got to Russia, it was very simple. Uh, all I needed as a foreigner was a apostilled letter that said I'm not married in my country, and I needed my passport. These two things translated into Russia and apostilled in Russia. That's it. So when I came back to Russia, um, they were like, "Hey, you can't get married. You need to go get like checked, right?" So the reality is now, if you're a foreigner, you might get checked like you get checked when you cross the border. They're going to ask you about your entire life, which is good because a lot of people right now are getting into Russia, marrying people illegally, not a real relationship, and getting their citizenship. So it's very dangerous for Russia to just hand out citizenship or letting people get married. And I agree with this. I was really happy that they went the extra mile to check. But we can't talk to each other or ask questions on Telegram. No, no, you can. So Daryl, we have we have a chat. We have all you have to do is write on the post that I most recently posted, and then we can bring you into the other Telegram. That's how it works. You join the Telegram, and then you write on the most recent link, and then you get brought into the other one. So that's just guys, join the Telegram, comment where you can. You can comment, and we'll bring you in the chat. So I'm going to be married in August 7th. After I got through the inspection, they ask you questions like, "Hey, tell us about your whole life." I had to tell them where I've traveled. I had to tell them my intentions in Russia. I had to tell them how I met Ksenia, and they actually knew I had a YouTube. So they're gonna go and check your whole background, and it's gonna be one on one, right? And I'm gonna say it again. I'm really happy that this happens because if they don't do it, I could potentially be a bad guy, and I could be doing or wanting to cause harm to Russia. And they're really good at their job, man. They really can tell when you're lying or when you're nervous, because these questions are high level. They're really direct. They're really to the point. Oh my God. That's my father right there. Rafa Cardenas is my dad. Yeah, actually, guys, to to give you the full story, I'm marrying Xenia under Mexican citizenship, guys. Hell yeah, Texas in the house, baby. I'm going to marry Xenia with my Mexican passport and this is happening because Xenia will receive her Mexican residency immediately. I called Moscow and Moscow said, "Hey, just as soon as you get married, come to Moscow and we'll give her her Mexican residency." And that's amazing. So we want Xenia to get Mexican citizenship so that Xenia can fly to Europe, so Xenia can fly to other countries more freely, okay? So yeah, that's my dad. That's really funny. Are you planning on visiting? Uh, my parents want to visit. I just have to correlate with them how we're gonna do it because they're coming from Mexico, so it would have to be a little bit different. Un saludo muy grande a Puerto Rico, amigo, y gracias por tu servicio al ejército estadounidense. Yeah. So let's go back to the questions. Now that you know I'm getting married, feel free to ask about marriage. Feel free to ask about my immigration questions, uh, military stuff. I've been answering them. Let's get back to the questions, guys. I'm going to try to do this live for a little bit longer because it's been a long time since I've done lives by myself. And I'm just really happy to be back here, answering your guys' questions. I'm so happy for those people who became members of the channel as well. It's really, really cool. I promise you guys, I will be making member content. And by members content, I mean like a lot of content that's directed more personally towards you. So, yeah, my marriage is gonna be forever. I don't plan on divorcing. And honestly, I think I'm a good man. A lot of people tell me that I'm a lucky man because Ksenia is beautiful, blah, blah, blah. But I feel that she's very lucky as well. I think myself an honorable man. I think myself a man who I'm gonna slow down and tell you what I think. When people tell me that I'm lucky because I have Ksenia, I think about my life and I think about how my mom raised me and how I should be a good person. And I try and I've succeeded in having her leave her job so that she can retire, so she can do the things she wants. So when you say you hope I have a long and beautiful like marriage, I'm going to work for it, I'm going to work hard for it. So I'm guaranteeing you that it will happen. So let's see. You still want to open a yeah. So look, the Mexican restaurant, it will probably have to be in Irkutsk first to test it. How many people are you planning to invite to your marriage? So I'm inviting anybody who's in Irkutsk. She's gonna be angry. If you guys can hear this, I will invite anybody from my friends in Irkutsk and anybody who is outside. Were you ever injured in combat? I was injured in combat operations, not in direct combat. So I mean, it's almost the same thing. Um, Very sad to see other men simping your wife. I don't know what that means. Simping on your wife? They should be ashamed. They should be ashamed of it. Yeah. Why didn't the U.S. become a Spanish-speaking country? What policy of Russians have Russian language? I don't know, man. I don't know about America and their policies. Are you gonna get married in the Russian Orthodox Church? No, I can't get married. I can't get married with the Orthodox Church because I'm not Orthodox. I'm at best Catholic. Um, yeah, my children. I told Ksenia, we talk about it. Will be pretty tough. Because they will be sons of immigrants. Like I think immigrants and the immigrant mentality is a very tough one. Me as an immigrant to Russia, I'm already a little bit more tough mentally because I know I have to work twice as hard. But my kids, they're going to have to deal with it from the beginning. They might look different. You know, they might not look like ethnic Russians. And in Russia, sometimes people do get treated uh, unfairly when you're different. I think that if I look Tajik, I will be treated differently, right? So my kids will go through that. Make no mistake, in Russia, especially now, when we're talking about what has changed, my kids, if they don't look ethnic Russians, might run into some problems for how they look. Bro, did you use any BA benefits to help you with your goals? Um, so no, Eddie, the VA, I mean, basically what I use the money to is to fly to Russia, and there's not a lot the VA money can do because I lived in Russia for like 2 years almost without leaving. There's nothing you can do because you can't touch that money. So there's no way I'm gonna fly back to the United States or travel often to pick up money. Like, no, you have to learn to self sustain in Russia. The VA money is not enough to keep you alive in Russia if you're not able to access it. I'm one of the people who are not accessing that money regularly. Dobre utra, dobre utra. Um, when will you hit the gym? No, the best I can do now is eat better and exercise my way to the lake because I still have the ripped shoulder and my back is still messed up. My back is actually better. I have to show you guys. Maybe you can see it. I'll try it. 1 second. You see that? I have a scar from my surgery. I have another one on my back. I don't know if I should show it. So that's my scar from surgery. I have stretch marks on my. I don't know if. Let me see. I don't know if you could see it, and I'm a little bit embarrassed to show my body because I'm a fat ass right now. I'm embarrassed to show, but like I am out of shape. A lot of things have gone into me being what I am now. Um, but like these scars that I have, so for sure it's like gonna take a toll on me. When I was in Mexico, actually, I had parts things taken out of my body. Um, I don't know what the Ozempic is. I think that's an American thing, and I'm not in the loop on American things. But anyways, my body is recovering still from this back surgery. My arm ripped twice. Um, Let me see. How can I? I'm trying to. On the next live, I will show you guys some of my surgeries on photos so you understand that actually it was really traumatic for me and my body, and my body's still messed up from the war, and I don't like to talk about it because I don't complain really, but since you say I should hit the gym, I'm gonna make that excuse. um, I'm actually a lot lighter than I was when I was in America. I was out of control in America. I'm gonna work on it, okay? Okay, so guys, thank you so much for watching up until now. Let's talk about something a little bit more serious. Um, the policies that are happening right now in Russia are going to get a lot worse. Okay, if you're watching this and you're planning on visiting Russia and you don't have a visa yet, you're wrong. You're probably not going to be able to come to Russia because things are escalating so fast. You know, like it turns 1 week they send weapons, the next week they do this. It gets crazy, guys. If you're planning on visiting Russia, I'm telling you right now, apply to get your visa. Once you have your visa, there's no way they can rip it away from you. It's a better opportunity for you to get into Russia, but you need to do it as soon as possible. You never know when they'll say that's enough, no more Westerners, or guess what, we're not taking Westerners this year. The conflict is going so high pace because the NATO is sending more and more weapons, and Russia has to continue to be weary of its borders. Just so you know, Oxnard, California, no shame, man. Yeah, I'm a super messed up combat veteran too. I'm pretty rough shape from being a paratrooper. Yeah, two screws and two pins on my ankle. Man, brother, thank you so much first of all for the donation. And I don't think that some people kind of forget that we have veterans. I know America. I'm ashamed to say I'm an Afghan veteran in America, but I'm more proud to say it in Russia. But the body will never recover from the things that we did to it. No matter what we think, the wounds, they don't heal. And if they heal, you're never back to 100%. I'm sorry about the screws, when I was in the Marine Corps, they said, hey, let's go to jump school. And I said, no, no, no. There's no way. My knees, as a combat engineer and infantryman, there's my knees and my back were already messed up. There's no way I'm jumping out of a plane. Crazy. Thank you for the donation. Yes. I think that in reality, though, the most important thing that I've learned here in Russia is that I can slow down. I can pace myself for the next 20 years. Like, I can see my body, I can see it surviving 20 years. I'm 34. Somebody asked how old I was. I'm 34 years old. Me and my wife want to move there in September. How does the visa regime affect us? Regime affect us. Also, YouTube your only income? No, no, no. So I teach English, and I also have sponsorships like for products that I've done in the past. So I'm thinking about doing more product sponsorships for Russian companies and outside companies. So I make my money like that. YouTube and I teach English. A lot of people always want to know how you can survive in Russia. If you're a foreigner, it's much easier for you to actually think of new things. If you come as a tourist and you have a specialty, this is something that people don't understand. If you're a foreigner, you can get a job in Russia. Let me say it again. If you're a foreigner, you can get a job in Russia. And it's very simple, and I'm going to explain it right now. You come, whether you have already a business visa because you have a job offer, or you come as a tourist. If you come as a tourist, you can network. But don't come to Russia if you don't come to Russia and want to work if you don't have a specialty, right? If you're a teacher, if you engineer of any sort, if you work in computer sciences, if you have something that you can actually work, the Russian government allows a company to give you a job offer, and you can get a job, a business visa, and the company most likely will do the paperwork for you. I've seen it many times. So if you actually have a diploma, if you have experience in a job, you can come as a tourist first and network and get a job. A lot of people, a lot of Russians will say, no, it's illegal. You can't get a job on a tourist visa. But they're wrong. You can come to Russia, you can network, and you can get a job offer, and you can get a business visa. This is the truth. Last last year I had plans to move to Mexico because United States is a mess. Yeah, United States right now is not, it's already hit its peak for the most part. Our land expensive. Do you have a passport? Yeah, you need to have a passport that is valid for more than 2 years, at least 2 years and a half, to get a Russian visa. So if you have any visa questions, work visa and business visa, I think is the same. I don't think there's a work visa. I think it's called the business visa. One second. Russian work visa. Um, Maybe I confused them. One second. Do, 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 do. Yeah, work visa. Okay, sure. Just know that what I'm saying right now is the truth, though. You can get a work visa or you can have a business visa if you open up a business. You can do this. The Russian government right now is working hand in hand with foreigners who have educations, who have specialties. Any country does that. The United States does that. So Russia's starting to do it more and more. I am telling you the truth. This is the reality. If you want to know also, we have my Telegram. I pinned it on top. There you can ask me questions directly. I do have also a members program who I help even more on calls, and I can guide you a little bit more. And I go through the list of people who need help, right? But obviously I have to help the members of the channel first. I'm not asking for you to become a member. I'm just saying that I'm still going to do it for free if you seek the knowledge, but I have to go through the list of people who need help. There is not one person that can say I haven't tried to help them. And I'll leave that, and I'm giving you guys a challenge. If you ever needed my help and I didn't help, go ahead and tell the people on the chat. Let's see. I would also bring all your documentation. Yes. That's gonna help you guys big time. Big time. I brought my mom's birth certificate and my father's birth certificate to get married, and it helped me because I could prove that I'm Mexican American. Is it true that cars are expensive in Russia? No. New cars of high grade are expensive, but the average car is not expensive. In Russia, there's very economical cars that you can buy. Would you join the Russian military if you're called upon? First of all, it's illegal. I can't be called upon by the Russian military. Second of all, I am too broken to serve. Third of all, I'm not even Russian. Okay? So, there's no way if they called me, I would go. Um, let's see. Will Putin's statements to confiscate American assets? No. So when Putin said they're going to confiscate American assets, they're talking about major businesses or billionaires who are abusing the Russian economy. The Russian economy, since all of the sanctions of 2014, has become a Russian ecosystem. And there's still some Americans who, or Westerners, who are trying to abuse the Russian economy. So Russia had its assets stolen in the West. Russia is just doing the same. It's actually targeting rich people, not the average person like the Westerners did. Let's see. Let's see. Earning in dollars and living in rubles seems ideal, though. Is it true the Russian jobs value more credentials over experience? Oh, not necessarily, but yes, Patricio, they will ask and they do respect more people with diplomas and stuff like this. So food is not expensive in Russia. Is there age discrimination per chance? Oh no. K and G, you're young, my friend. You're young. 56 is young. 56 is young for Russia. Um, can you buy anything you want? Um, in Russia, by law, you can't get conscripted. Yes, it's illegal. The Russians do not do illegal conscriptions. It's illegal. Um, Hello, guys. If you're just joining this live, we're talking about the things that have changed in Russia since 2022. We are talking about the political changes, we are talking about the economical changes, and we are talking about the cultural changes. Are there any black people near me? Yes, there's tons of black people in Russia. And when I say tons, I mean like thousands. There's about 70 or 100,000 black people, but for Russia, that's a lot because it's not a country where, Africans migrate to because the Russian border is not like an open border like the United States. What's the average rent in Moscow? I would say that the average rent goes from like 400 to $600. No, five hundred to $700 is the average. But I would say actually it's like $400. You can find really good housing for $400 to $700 in Moscow. Yeah. I'll tell you what though, The rent in my city costs $200 on average, $200 a month. Electricity and everything, all the bills included, $250 a month. If you're just joining, guys, please do write every time you come in. Write where you're watching from. You know, my channel, I try to do lives often, and I really like seeing new people come watch and just write where you're watching from. So in case you see some people that are from the same place, yeah. Irkutsk, in Irkutsk, you're paying about $250 for the apartment plus utilities and electricity and internet. $200 together, not $200. Sorry, $250. Would you ever consider buying a second home in Mexico? No, I have a home in Mexico. I don't want to buy another home in Mexico or anywhere else. Um, Toronto, really, really cool. Greetings from Germany. Oh my God, I lost my German. Uh, ja, nein. Ich arbeite, ich war arbeiten in Deutschland für 7 Monate, ne, in Bayern. Aber nein, also mein Arbeit or mein Chef said to me, I don't know, I've lost my German. You know, I've used to speak way more German because in Germany they made me go to school to be able to work in the also ich war in der Schule in Deutschland, aber mein Deutsch ist nicht gut. Mein Deutsch ist nicht gut. Ist nicht jetzt gut. Keine Ahnung. Keine Ahnung. I don't know if it's not good anymore or it's just bad. Anyways, yeah, I worked in well, I mean, yeah, that's what I said, but I didn't say it clearly anymore, Daniel. It's my German is so bad. May I ask a question? Will the wedding be in Sludanka or Irkutsk? My wedding is going to take place in my small town of Irkutsk. I mean Sludanka. Ich kann dich aber perfekt verstehen. Ah, nice. He can understand me perfectly, but I don't speak perfect German. I can understand him perfectly when he writes German. Estoy en El Salvador. I've heard rental listings in Russia commonly say Slavs only. No, this is not true. So when they say this, it's probably because of the dangers that is happening in Russia right now because of terrorism. A lot of terrorists are trying to do bad things in Russia, so that's what's happening. Can you access your bank account online? No, you cannot. You cannot access your bank account. The websites from American banks you cannot use in Russia. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Yeah, I speak 3 languages. Well, English, Spanish, and German, but I don't speak German as you can see anymore. No, it's not interrogations. Like, I call them interrogations because if we were in any other country, we would consider them interrogations, okay? But don't be scared. When you come to Russia, do not be scared. It's quite simple. You answer the questions, you tell the truth, and you come in. Why did scientists from Russia leave Russia? I guess probably because they're bought or they're weak minded, or they did something bad. In reality, guys, people who leave Russia, they're probably in fear for their lives or they don't agree with the policies and they could leave. Russia is you can leave freely. Um, 6 kids is a lot for only teaching English. But if you have a son, a father, I mean, a husband or a wife who's working like a normal job, easily you can support 6 kids. There's also certain benefits for having many kids. Um, yeah, the truth is, guys, it's not hard to make a life in Russia, okay? It's not hard because if you're a foreigner, there's many things that we know from the West that we can implement in Russia, and the Russians actually appreciate it. Hello from Oslo, Norway here. Great program, and I have learned so much from your videos. Hey, thank you so much for that. Uh, Thank you, Lasse. Fridriksen, thank you for that comment. When people comment saying things that they learn or they like my or our channel, it's really nice. Um, back when okay, guys, I want to show you now the video, the most recent video. Okay, I want to show you the most recent video because I feel that not a lot of people watched it. Maybe you guys missed it. This is the link. You guys can go watch it after. That is the link to my most recent video. My next video, go turn on notifications, guys. Go turn on notifications for that. It's gonna be crazy. On the next most recent video, the most changes happens to the land. Hola, ¿cómo es la salud en Rusia? ¿Eres residente de Rusia? ¿Puedes acceder el sistema público de salud? ¿Tienes que tener ciudadanía? Saludos desde, saludos desde México. Ok, Edur, no necesitas ciudadanía, necesitas por lo menos residencia para obtener atención médica y que no tengas que pagar. Pero no quiere decir que si eres turista y no tienes aseguranza que no te ayuden, ¿eh? Puedes ir al doctor igual y tal vez no te cobren nada. La verdad es que Rusia, mientras tengas residencia, tienes posibilidades de obtener alguna atención médica, ¿vale? So, he's just asking, guys, he's asking, how is the Russian health care? Can you obtain help if you're not a citizen? Yes, you can obtain medical help and attention in Russia. They're not going to deny you attention, guys. But if you're a resident, you're almost at par with getting like healthcare. Oh my God. Wow. Eddie, thank you so much, man. This is amazing. You know, you know, not Eddie, when you come, when you come, if you come here to Sludanka, you will have, and when I'm done with the house, of course, you have a place for you, my friend. Shout out to Irkutsk, yeah, man. This is my home state. This is my oblast. Ya lublю Irkutsk. No charge for medical care. Do you need medical insurance? It is said that you need medical insurance, but what I'm saying is they will not deny you medical attention. By the way, Eddie, man, please, if you can request something, man, if that's a huge donation, you know, you got to really. I'm humbled. I'm humbled. Wow, that's amazing, man. You know, that's a for $50. You have to understand, guys. Put this into perspective. The $50 that he donated can feed Ksenia and he said it's for the homestead. Yes, of course. You know, it saves money for the homestead because $50 in talking about food is enough to eat for like 4 days to a week, but really good, like lunch and dinner. $50 is enough to buy for a week lunch and dinner. I'll say that again. Maybe it's too little in your country. In Russia, for $50, for Ksenia and I, we can eat for a whole week lunch and dinner. Of course, we will make soups that are really delicious with bread, but in Russia, for $50, that money can go for eating for an entire week for two people, lunch and dinner. Do people accuse you of being a spy all the time? Port Baikal. Привет. Привет, Natalia. Как дела? Port Baikal, that's on the other side of Baikal. I love seeing people who are from the area. Why do you buy a house in a small village and not a bigger town? Because I love Sludanka. Это Рим. Okay, Sludanka is Rome. Это Рим. Sludanka is the center of Baikal in my heart. Can you receive donations from YouTube in Russia? So I can receive donations, but the channel is monetized in America, and I access the money when I go to Mongolia. But you can. But I'm trying to do the boosty, guys, because people in Russia have been asking how they can how they can donate. If you're in Russia, I'm gonna do a boosty. How do I deal with people calling me a spy? Well, I've been attacked, and I've told the story before. And I just when I people call me a spy or they don't like me, I go away. Because the first three guys who attacked me, I had to think. I was still in my military mind. I was like, do I fight back? Because I know I can kill two of them and fight the last one off. But that's the crazy talk. Even saying it now is a little bit crazy. Does Sludanka have a hospital? Yeah, Sludanka has a hospital. I am lucky enough to I haven't been hurt. I haven't been hurt, but if I was hurt, I would go to the hospital in the emergency room here in Sludanka. Actually, when Ksenia broke her leg, we went to the emergency room here and they put the cast on. So, as you can see, I have been answering everybody's questions. Do not be shy. I answer from politics to economics to military questions. I feel myself a well-rounded person. Let's go watch part of the video. Please tell me if you can hear it, okay? One second.
Car or train?
Yeah. So we're connected to civilization, but far enough to be nice and comfortable. So behind us, you can already see that we have the building, the house. We're gonna show you what it's like. We did. One second. I need to fix this. 1 second. I'm so bad at this. Okay. We're gonna try it again. We're gonna try it again. It's basically a shack, and yeah, I agree. I knew that buying this property, it was gonna come with basically 4 walls and a foundation. I wanted it for the foundation. This is gonna be torn down. I decided with Ksenia that we're not really gonna build a house there. The foundation is small. This is gonna be used as a banya. I'm gonna build a banya in the future. So let's go inside. Just be aware that I'm aware that this is not really a house. This is really, really bad. You can see the roof is not really done right. The walls have gaps. This is not for building. This is not for living. I don't care. I didn't buy this land for that. We didn't purchase this land, sorry, for that. Okay, I didn't buy the land for this building, guys. You need to understand. I bought the land for the location. I wanted my house to be in Sludanka. So if you haven't watched the video, I linked it on the top. We're gonna look at the inside and we can talk about it a little bit further. But I want you guys to actually go watch the video yourselves a little bit later. Let's continue. All right, so when we go inside anyways, we have to use a knife, but we're already used to this as a Mexican American. Come inside. This is how it looks, okay? There's no faking the funk. This, just like many other places, I'm gonna close the door behind us so it doesn't slam. This place was built just to show that there's something here, all right? We know that. I don't care I knew that the building was empty, but I'm gonna turn that into a banya in the future, okay? Look, I want to show you guys what the land looks like. Meters or 7, but just you get to see another beautiful hill filled with birch trees. There's actually an eagle flying up there. I don't know if Ksenia can zoom in on that or see it. There's an eagle flying on top of those pine trees. You see it? Look at that beautiful thing. It's incredible. We are so close to nature. Those are our neighbors over there. And that's just how it is, guys. When the house is built where we're standing, we'll be set for life. We'll have the water. Perfect spot. All right, I want to mention something. People have been asking me, why do I wear the ribbon of St. George? Okay, people ask me, why do I wear the ribbon of St. George? Like, the St. George ribbon. Like, why do I do it? It's my 1 second. People ask, why do you wear this? Why do you wear it? And I wear it every day as long as I have my Gorka. And I'm never going to stop wearing it for the rest of my life, because people forget in the West that we were part of the allies who defeated fascism. Like, of course, we didn't do as much as the Soviets did in their time, the Russian Soviets and the Kazakhstan Soviets, even the Ukrainian Soviets, the Uzbek Soviets, and the rest of the Soviet Union. To them, this still means something. Well, maybe not to Ukraine, but to them, this meant like Victory Day, victory over that war, right? Victory over the fascists. To them, it meant something. In America, we don't celebrate Victory Day. This doesn't exist anymore, okay? So I put it on because I know the cost of war. Like, I know what war does to men. I know what it feels like to lose men. I know what it feels like to fight for something. Let's just say, put aside my war because it's insignificant compared to the Great Patriotic War, but I honor the men and women who fought to defeat the Nazis, and I'm never gonna stop representing and respecting the people who came before us, because America forgot that they were on the Ally side. Okay, so if you're wondering why I wear the ribbon of St. George, just know that I wear it because I'm a descendant of a person who fought in the Great Patriotic War, not on the Russian side, but on the Mexican side and on the American side. We were all allies before, and I'm never going to stop wearing it. Um, Another thing that goes besides that, I'm never going to stop wearing the ribbon of St. George. I'm not Z. Like, I know who I am. I'll never be Russian. My kids will be Russian. My wife is Russian, but I'll never be Russian. And I'm not saying that to disrespect Russia. I'm saying that because I will never live up to be a Russian. My kids will be Russian. My wife will be Russian. I will love Russia, but I will never be Russian. And I'm saying that respectfully because I'm not a traitor, because I love my motherland, because I would never, this is something that people have to understand, I would never disgrace my motherland, because I think that's a bad quality. There's a lot of expats who spit and bite the hand that feed them, and that's a bad trait. That means that if things and times get tough in Russia, they will betray Russia just as fast as they betrayed their own country. I didn't come to Russia because I needed an easy life. I came to Russia because I needed a harder life, because I wanted to test myself in Siberia, and I found out that I loved it. But I'm telling you right now, if you love your country, then you can visit Russia. If you hate your country and you're a traitor, then you will be a traitor and you will hate Russia as well. Russia is not for beginners. I've said it many times. And this is the point of the video, that it gets a little serious because nobody else is telling you this. No other expat will tell you that Russia does have some bad things. Like, Russia is not a perfect country. You know that I tried 3-4 times to get married, but I couldn't do it because in Russia it was a little bit difficult. Also, there's some things that aren't going to benefit the foreigner, and I will probably make a video about exposing all the different difficulties that Russia gives. But I will say that I love Russia because it's given me the opportunity to at least try to be here. All right, it is not the perfect country for everyone, but it is now for me. But I will never bite the hand that fed me. I will never trash the country that I came from, because if I keep that quality, then my kids will maybe turn out to be traitors, like if I was one. I believe in this. So if you see other channels where they spit on their home country, I wouldn't trust them, because they're traitors to their country. They'll be traitors to Russia as well. So, thank you. Does anybody have any more questions? I got in that crazy loop. Um, we have about 200 viewers right now. Um, yeah, if you want to come fishing to Russia, I will give fishing tours. I will give ATV tours in the future around Lake Baikal. My plan is also is to have tourism here. I have enough land to have ATVs like four wheelers, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Hey, thank you so much for 60,000 guys. By the way, yeah, we hit 60,000. I can't believe it. How did I meet my wife? I made a video about it, Eddie, but I think I should make a new video. Anyways, when I came to Russia, the sanctions took off Airbnb and I couldn't get to my Airbnb. So I was asking around the city like a psychopath for help. Excuse me. Ksenia, I met her at a cafe. She helped me book my first hotel in Russia. It's pretty funny, but that's how it is. I told her to give me her number, so I needed help because no one else would speak English. This was April in 2022 when I got attacked as well, so it was really hard. I would pay to come stay at your homestead and for you to show me your wife. Oh, show me and my wife. Sorry, Daryl. That other guy messed me up. So look, when I have my house ready, I will have room for tourism and I will have ATVs and probably I will save to buy a boat. I want to make Sludanka a tourist destination. My Instagram. This is Ksenia's Instagram, guys. You should follow Ksenia on Instagram because I don't post much. Ksenia posts personal things about her, her vacation in Mexico, life in Russia. She posts a lot of that. I'm gonna pin Ksenia's Instagram, and you guys can go subscribe to her on Instagram if you'd like to keep up with our personal life, because she posts more of our personal life. So a lot of people say that when you go to the hospital in Russia, you get treated very poorly. No, I wouldn't say it's very poorly. Maybe if Russians say they're treated poorly, maybe it's because they've never been to other countries, or maybe they don't know what the veterans in America get treated like. So it's not bad. Yeah, I think you can get close to Heart Lake on ATV. I'm gonna start talking to the government here in Slyudanka so I can make paperwork so that we can expand tourism. I'm gonna do the rest of my life. I'm gonna dedicate it to tourism, not only to Russia, but to Irkutsk Oblast, but to Slyudanka especially. This is my goal. A lot of Russians in America will speak badly about Russia probably because they don't want to tell the truth. And the truth is that they probably made a bad decision. They're living paycheck to paycheck and will never own anything. When will I become a Russian citizen? I don't plan on being a Russian citizen anytime soon because first I have to be a resident. Danny, have you ever eaten Vegemite? Yeah. Steven, are you from Australia? I need to know if you're from Australia, Steven. Uh, ¿Qué diferencia hay entre mujer mexicana, rusa y americana? Ok, so Luis, la diferencia es que la rusa es más común que con la mexicana que con la estadounidense. La estadounidense no tiene nada que ver. La rusa es más femenina, la mexicana es más femenina, la americana no es tan femenina. Y aquí en Rusia la mujer sabe cuál es su rollo. Su chip es hacer lo que es una mujer. Yeah, Steven, I have eaten Vegemite because I fought in Afghanistan with crazy Australians. And guess what? It's disgusting. Veterans are treated terribly in the United States. Yeah, veterans are treated like nothing now, especially now. Back when I was like in the United States and I got back from the Afghanistan war, people would throw trash at my car because I had military sticker saying I had to go on base. They would trash my car and they would leave notes on my car saying I should have died in the war. So yeah, it's crazy. Guys, I'm so happy that we have over 200 viewers right now. I want to link to you my most recent video, because please, I really want you guys to watch it when it comes out tomorrow, because it's I think it's the most amazing progress on the land. And I need you guys to hit notifications on. uh I need you guys to really bump this video up when it's time, like share it. This one's gonna be awesome, man. Look, this is the link to the most recent video. Please go turn on notifications, guys, because that video is gonna show how much it really costs. Like, you guys are always asking, how much does it cost? How much does it cost? Hey, Mike. By the way, that's Mike is a Russian living in yeah, South Carolina. He works in America. He's a Russian. How do you like Moscow? It's okay. Please, guys, please click the most recent pinned link and hit notifications on, please. In this video, you're going to get to learn the real cost of like bulldozers. I called it a bulldozer. You're going to learn the cost of like manual labor, and it's going to be a real, like, in like the real deal. Nobody else likes to tell prices because they're embarrassed of how much they spend, or if it's too much, they don't want to expose the cost. I don't have a problem with that because you guys need to know. And I'm going to be the only channel to give you the real price. How are veterans treated in Russia? I don't know, but I have some Russian friends who are actually very happy. They were able to buy homes now. They were able to buy cars and have a life. Hey, thank you so much for joining us, Mark. Thank you so much. Millie's Life. I spoke about getting a job in Russia. I've already explained that there is ways of getting jobs in Russia. ¿De qué lugar de México son tus padres? Mi mamá es de Sonora y mi papá es de Guadalajara, Jalisco, y yo vivo en Guadalajara cuando vivo en México con mi papá. Un abrazo a mi papá, Rafael Cárdenas, que nos estaba viendo. Wish I was there, bro. I used to operate those tractors. Yeah, dude. If you guys have special skills, come to Russia and you can totally make a living here. I'm telling you guys, you can make a living here. I would like to visit Russia, but it would be nice to know someone there first. Is there social media site recommend meet Russians? Okay, so Dennis, what country are you from? Thank you so much for the donation, by the way. I truly appreciate all of the donations that are coming in. Dennis, tell me what country you're from. Also, join my Telegram. On the Telegram, I will talk to you directly with these questions. But for now, you just have to know the following. You can meet people very easily in Russia. There are social groups for foreigners. There's also social groups for foreigners and natives. So if you join Telegram, you can also be online and talk to people. Okay? Are there a lot of homeless people in Russia? I've never met one homeless person in my city, and I saw 2 homeless people in Moscow. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. 2 homeless people in Moscow that I saw. Hey, Canada. If you still lived in the United States, what would you think you would be doing? I would be working as a animal technician. Sorry, my brother got me a really good job as an animal technician, and I would take care of animals that were tested for medicine. What do you think about the Russian MRE? Anton, I made a video, brat. I made a video.
Я сделал видео об этом.
Я сделал видео об этом. I made a video, Anton. It's go to my videos and just put the most popular ones and you can see it. Greetings from Los Angeles, California. Shout out to all my all the people who are watching from the United States. Okay, so Dennis, join my Telegram. I guarantee you I can help you, Dennis. I guarantee you that I can help you get to Russia, and I can guarantee you that I can make you feel safe. I'm going to put the Telegram a little bit later, so stick around, or I can put it now, but I can't pin it. This is my Telegram, guys. I help people get Russian visas for free. You don't have to pay other YouTubers to do this. I do it absolutely free. How much does Russian MREs cost? Oh, they're really expensive in the United States, but in Russia they're cheaper. Okay? Fernando, bueno, mi español está fatal, ya no lo uso tanto, pero mi inglés pues es nativo. Mucha gente piensa que el inglés lo aprendí segundo o tercero, no sé qué, pero el inglés y el español lo aprendí desde el principio de toda mi vida. Son mis primeros lenguajes juntos. English and Spanish is my first language together, guys. A lot of people say, "Hey, well, you're not a native like to the United States." Born and raised. Born and raised, guys. And anybody who's truly American understands that I am a real American and that America has many accents. If you go to Florida, you're going to hear a lot of Cuban Americans speaking crazy English. It's the same with Americans in California. We have an accent. Will you get a family dog for the property? I'm so glad you asked that. I'm planning on having, oh guys, I'm planning on buying a black German Shepherd. This is the goal. This is the goal. A black German Shepherd so he looks beautiful in winter. Yeah, this is the Telegram. I'm going to send it one more time, guys. By the way, this water here, this 1.5 liter bottle probably costs like 70 rubles at most, maybe, I don't know. This is maybe a lot, 70. And that's way less than $1. So you can get this whole bottle for less than $1. Why am I going to buy a German Shepherd? Well, I just love the breed, and I saw a lot of them, and Malinois, whatever the hell the other dog is, we used them in the war. We used them in Afghanistan. They're really good, loyal dogs. Saludos. My husband is also Russian. That's awesome. I'm not Russian. My wife is going to be Russian. My fiance is currently Russian. Guys, please do, like I said, put the notifications on my most recent video. I would greatly appreciate it. We have 200 people watching. All you have to do is click the link that I just sent, or click the link that's pinned. Go open the new tab and hit turn on notifications for that video, because that video, it will tell you how much things cost to build a house in Russia. Okay, that's gonna give you all the information that you need. How about getting a wolf cub? It's possible, but it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna get a wolf. It's dangerous. Do Russian moms use chanclas like Mexican moms do? I don't think that Mexican moms and Russian moms are similar in how violent they are, because I don't think anybody's more violent than Mexican moms. Like Mexican moms using the chancla, that's not real. Like, they really hit you back in the day. It's not, even the teachers used to hit us in Mexico. So yeah, the Belgian Malinois. Yeah. So what are the Russian people opinion on President Putin? I think that the majority of Russian people are scared to see what comes after Putin. That's how much he's loved. That they're scared that he is not going to be president one day. I'm even a little bit scared that President Putin's not going to be president. And that's saying something. That shows you how loved he is. If a foreigner is scared to have another leader, it really tells you how beloved he is. Have you had the Lake Baikal water? I remember seeing video about being a grocery store. No, Joe, I drink Baikal water every day from the lake. So, but I've also drank the brand Baikal on the bottle, but it's not as good as the water from the lake. Greetings from Brazil. Hello. Yeah, it's really hard to have a leader for Russia. You know, it's going to be very, very dangerous in the future when Russia has a new leader. When Putin gets old and he says, "Okay, I've had enough," I can't imagine what's going to come after that, man. I can't imagine. It's going to be scary. Uh, Guys, ask me more questions. By the way, can you guys type in the comment section if this camera is a lot clearer? I'm using a new lighting. I have a new light device. Can you guys tell me if my camera is clear today? Um, are there a lot of gays in Russia? I mean, there's just the same amount here as America. Um, I do have a tan. I think it's from Mexico. Um, can I say this, guys? Look, I'm gonna get off the rails here. I'm gonna get off the rails. I'm gonna get off the rails and talk about something. Talk about something that people might not mention. Okay, if if the United States has its next elections and President Biden wins again, and I'm just gonna say this because we're gonna get into like the politics talk. If President Biden wins again, I foresee the most chaotic next 4 years. Russia will definitely stop allowing Americans to come into to Russia. It's gonna get crazy in America, and Russia's just gonna have to respond, and our relationship with the Russians is gonna go bad. So we're gonna be done if Biden wins. So just how we talked about President Putin, you know that in America we don't really like President Biden. So it's gonna get crazy. We didn't talk about this, guys, but Americans always ask, like, what do Russians think about Putin? What do Americans think about Biden? I don't think he's popular. I don't think that he's popular. And I think that Russian politics are greatly affected by American politics because if there was another president who didn't want to go to war with Russia, we would be in better terms, right? I think that the politics of Russia are more heavily influenced by the United States than some people would like to agree. I'm going to say it right now that if America has Biden as president again, we're done for. There's no more friendship, there's no more neutrality between Russia and America. But if President Trump can come back to office, remember, Trump is the president who stepped in North Korea. We were no longer in a new war when President Trump was president. And I, for one, as a veteran who has a best friend in the military, was so happy. If we have another president who's not President Trump, we're going to go to more wars. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay. By the way, if you haven't clicked the link, go click the link and hit notifications on, hit like on the new video, please. We need this one to get at least 10 to 15,000 views because it spreads. We need people knowing that it's cheaper in Russia. We need people knowing that they can make a living in Russia, that they can build in Russia. I'm living in Russia as a tourist. I'm doing things that you can do. So this next video, please get the likes up on the next video. It's pinned. Hit the notifications. We need it. Thank you so much. If you're confused as what I'm talking about, this is the link that I'm sending twice. In this video, you're going to get to see the real prices of Russia. You're going to get the real prices of cost of manual labor and mechanical labor. Hit the notification bell so that you're told when it's going to be on. What you don't hide it hardly, do you? I don't know what hiding. How do you earn income in Russia? I've said it many times that I do YouTube videos, but I also have sponsorships in Russia for like I did a sponsorship for a tent a long time ago. And yeah, I teach English. Okay, good night, Russian man. Thank you so much for joining us on this live. Good night, man. Let's see. what is another topic you guys would like to talk about? Um, do you think Vladivostok is the better option to immigrate than Moscow? No, I do not. No, I do not. I don't believe that Vladivostok is a good place to go for your first city. I think that St. Petersburg and Moscow offer more for foreigners than Vladivostok. In Russia, in general, if the city is larger, you have more options. Do not move to a smaller city. Russian YouTubers can't earn on YouTube. No, that's not true. Everybody, I haven't been to Ufa. Can I tell you guys the truth? There's a lot of your uh, a lot of YouTubers who you guys probably watch who are in Russia will lie when they say that they're sanctioned, that they're restricted. You can earn money in Russia making YouTube videos. If the YouTube content creator says that you cannot, then he's a liar. The views from Russia do not count, but you can still earn views from Westerners. I still can make videos and get donations like you saw. I don't miss fast food because I didn't get this fat eating fast food. I got this fat eating Mexican food my mom cooked. So that's what happens. So yeah, if you're gonna visit Russia, bring cash. That is the best way to visit. Do not go to a small city. Go to a large city. I don't miss anything from America. Ya lublю ribalku. Ya lublю Rasiu. Ya, I'm happy here. This is my house. Ya is Sludanka or something like this. Ya is from here, my friends. Um, do you like borscht? No, I don't like it. I know some Russians that don't like it too, so don't hate on me. Where's a good place to look for a job in Russia? Dave, if you join my Telegram and you tell me what your specialties are, if you have any technical jobs, I can help you directly. Join my Telegram because I'm gonna be honest. It's now is the moment. If you want to try Russia, now is the moment because things are gonna get a lot worse. They're already passing laws that say that you cannot do certain things. Do you fish in your aquarium behind you? Anton, niet. I do not. How's the crime here? There is no crime. I haven't seen any crime. It does exist. It does exist. Crime exists in Russia. But where I'm from, it doesn't exist because I haven't seen it. Do I miss my family in California? No, I don't miss them. I talk with them. I don't miss them. I miss my mother, but my brothers and sisters I don't miss. Sorry, but I miss my mother. But my brothers and sisters I talk to almost all the time. I live in Slyudanka. Do you need to purchase any type of equipment, lawnmower, tractor for your property? Daryl, not at the moment. Not at the moment. So the crime in Russia is much smaller than crime in America, okay? I haven't seen any crimes. Whereas in America, in my city of Los Angeles, I will see Grand Theft Auto, I will see robbery, and I will see battery happening almost once a month. Guaranteed. In my city of Los Angeles, I would either see somebody getting mugged, a car getting robbed, or somebody getting beat at least once a month. Murder, maybe like a death, maybe once a year. Maybe like a dead person on the street. Where I'm from, at least once or twice a year. I mean, once or 2 years. How did your parents accept Ksenia? So, Roman, my mother absolutely loves Ksenia. Ksenia was in Mexico and they loved her. Gang of Four. I've made videos with Survival Russia. He's the my channel started because of Survival Russia, by the way. So if you want to see some of those videos, Gang of Four, you have to go and put oldest and look through my videos. Daniel, have you met Canadian family with? No, I haven't. I haven't, and you know what? it's strange that he hasn't. So him and other expats, they talk to each other. I've reached out to him. He's ignored me because I wanted him on my live, or I wanted to be on his live, and he's completely ignored my messages through different avenues. So I don't really think I want to talk with him. Uh, I'm very easily accessible, and YouTubers should be easily accessible. So if you guys want to see a collaboration with me and the Canadians, you have to go to their channel and write on their comment sections, "Hey, go talk to Wild Siberia," because I've tried many times to get in contact with them because I want to interview them. They are the type of people who I think. No, you can't send mail to California. Guys, I'm going to tell you the truth again. I hope you're watching. We have 225 people watching. Maybe stay because what I'm going to say right now is really important. There's a lot of content creators who will exaggerate. Who will exaggerate how good Russia is, who will exaggerate how bad their life was in their country. We've already talked about it. But some people exaggerate more than others. And don't fall for this trick, okay? Don't fall for this trick. Uh, yeah, it's not about how small a channel is. I think it's important to collaborate with other people. I collaborate with channels that have 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 subscribers. Um, you have to, you have to, you have to shout out the small channels. Okay, when you get a bigger channel, like my channel's medium, and if I get big, you know some channels outgrew me, who I brought up. And you need to give more perspectives, because some of these channels, even I could be crazy, I could be a lunatic. And I'm telling you right now, if I ever act like a psychopath, or I say something that you don't agree with, that's lunacy, unsubscribe and never watch me again. But I hope that you can do that with the other channels. But you should give every channel a chance. You know what I'm saying? You should always value your views, because I value them. But you should know that your views are valuable, and you should hold us to the fire at all times. If I should break your trust, you should never watch my channel again, but you should also watch the smaller channels. Like, I have a friend in Moscow photographer. He's a smaller channel, Eddie, a great guy. Watch his channel. I recently also showed the Scottish man in Moscow. Go watch his channel, The Plastic Russian. These are all channels under 10,000 subscribers. I don't collaborate with larger channels. I always collaborate with smaller channels, because more perspectives that you have is the more ideas you get about Russia. Okay? So, that is the truth. Yeah. Peter, I know your name and I know your photo. There's a lot of people who have been with me since the beginning. You know, I'm I'm just an honest person, and I think that it's important. Yeah, Ivan, I'm going to apply, and we need to learn Russian. We need to learn Russian, Ivan. We need to. Um yeah, we need to. By the way, guys, talking about growth in channels, I have a lot against me because I'm a guy. Uh, but I also have, being a woman is a little bit easier on YouTube. Some guy wanted to talk to my girlfriend. Get her on, get her on, get her on. A lot of people say, let Ksenia be on the camera more. She goes on whenever she wants. But I'll say this, if I have the chance to continue growing, I will use this to promote smaller channels, and I will use it to tell the truth. I started this channel in 2023, 2022 in December. So this channel is 1 year old and 6 months, around there. How long did I serve in the military? I had an 8 year contract, Fernando. Yeah, you don't need to also. You should also visit Russia even if you don't speak Russian. Fucking sorry I said a bad word. Russian is hard, but it's not impossible, okay? Russian is hard, but it is not impossible. If you want to visit Russia, you don't have to learn Russian. It's good if you know some Russian. Привет, как дела? Спасибо. Just normal things. Пожалуйста. I don't know. You know, normal things. It helps with people. Besides, Russian people love when you speak Russian. I've teach Spanish popular Russia. So Spanish is actually becoming very popular in Russia. It's very popular after English. I know many teachers now that are teaching Spanish. ¿Cómo enamoraste a tu novia? Ok, yo no la enamoré. Ella me enamoró a mí porque es muy fuerte. Su carácter es duro y es muy trabajadora. Y yo pues soy lo mismo. You get VHX? No, I do not. No, bro. Douglas, everybody asks this, and I feel that everybody wants to know if you can retire here. You cannot. If you come to Russia, you need to be somebody that's going to give back to Russia. Don't come here to try to be a leech or try to live off, retirement money. No, it's not going to work. And it's not going to work because of sanctions from America. America is not going to allow you to do that. But what I will say is that it is not hard to make a living in Russia, guys. I've said it so many times. Russia is made for growth. In Russia, you can become anything you want if you work for it. It's the dream life. Here you can do it. Yeah. When I say you don't have to learn it, by the way, good fella, I'm saying like tourism. A lot of people don't want to come live. They don't want to make the life decision that I made, but they can come visit as tourists, and they don't need Russian. And Russian people respect that. It's okay. Hi, do you have a direct contact to discuss adventures living with PTSD from the adventures? Direct contact to discuss? Travis, if you want to talk with me, you can join my Telegram. You can join my Telegram. I'll link it again. I on the Telegram, I answer 100% of all the people who reach to me. Okay? Hello, Lilija. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Guys, if you haven't already, please do hit notifications on the pinned video. The next video on my channel is going to be a huge one. It's going to be huge, guys. It's going to be really, really important, and I need you guys to watch that one. Good morning. How does GMO in Russia? It's illegal. You can't have it. If I moved to any country, I would feel like I would need to learn the language. Yeah, Marco, you have to learn Russian, obviously, to live permanently, but you could get away with not learning if you have enough money. How do you feel with PTSD? Are you better? So my PTSD, let me tell you something. Peter, I'll tell you about the cocky lawyer later. My PTSD was not about the things that I saw, although I did see some bad things. My post-traumatic stress disorder was me fighting internally because I couldn't go back to war. War affects men differently. I became a monster. I thought about the war every second for about 2 years. After 3 years, I thought about it daily. After 5 years, I thought about it like every 2 days. But my PTSD was me trying to kill and go back to war. I was programmed. I was a real war. I mean, anybody who knows about the military knows about ribbons and stuff. I'm combat decorated in the United States Marine Corps. So my PTSD has calmed down because now I'm fishing, now I'm outside, now I'm not stressed out a lot about American politics and have to think that I might have to go back to war. So my PTSD is a little bit better, but I'm still having nightmares. And yeah, I don't think it's ever gonna go away. So, what fish am I catching? I'm catching pike, perch, and roach fish. Um, yeah, life can get better, guys. Life gets better. Believe me. Um, I'm not saying it's not gonna get better. I'm just know it's never gonna go away because I know who I am, and in the back of my head, I know that I would go back to war if I needed to fight for my wife or my kids. I would go back to war. Um, it is 12:32. Yeah, it is 12:32 in the afternoon. Do U.S. soldiers prefer farm food or chocolate fat? I prefer farm food. It's delicious. Um, yeah, I'm gonna be really happy here, guys. If you don't know, the next video, there's 200, at least 200 people watching. Please go make sure that you hit notifications on the next video. You're going to see my house, my property, what my dream come true. Obviously with Xenia, but when I say my, I mean both of ours. But she's sleeping right now. You need to see it. It's gonna be amazing. I know you guys are gonna love it. Like in this property, I'm going to invite every tourist. That's gonna be my base of operations. I never get bored here. I never get bored. Later today, I'm gonna go work back on the land. I'm gonna go clean. I'm gonna go fix the dirt, move the dirt, and plan how I'm gonna fix the floor on the future banya. Yeah, nice. Thank you so much for turning on notifications. There is no real tacos here in Siberia. They try to make them, but they're not good at it. How happy? Yeah, how can you not be happy living next to Lake Baikal? I promise you guys that if any of you who are watching end up coming here, I will be your tour guide. I might charge you like $10 for a day, right? I'll charge you $10 to be your tour guide just because I gotta be walking a lot. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Yeah. I think that Krasnoyarsk is probably better than Novosibirsk because Novosibirsk is growing too much and the population might be too crazy. Might be a little bit more crime there. But yeah, I don't have any animals yet. I have to ask Ksenia. Have I seen any seals in Lake Baikal yet? No, I have not. Is there any way to get residency? Look, friends, for anybody who wants to come to Russia, join my Telegram. I will give you the true information. I will offer you guys all of the information you want on my Telegram. But if you want to come live in Russia, you have to come as a tourist first and see if you like it. Hit like on this video as well, guys, so that other people understand. Do not come to Russia. I'm going to say it right now. Do not come to Russia if you want to live here, if you've never been here as a tourist first. Okay? Do not do it. Thank you so much, Robin, for joining the Telegram. Thanks. What will you do about your cats? Oh, well, our cats live here in our apartment and they're going to stay here. On Sunday, if you guys want, if this stream gets up to, and I don't want to be a clickbait, but honestly, I don't want to be a clickbait, but if this stream gets to 350 likes, the next one on Sunday will stream live from my house. And the reason why we're doing it, we need more likes because more people need to know that you can make your life here in Russia. Get it to 350 likes and we'll do the next live in 2 days on the plot. You're going to get to see how close it is to my house. I live 2 minutes away. My house that I bought with Ksenia is 2 minutes from this apartment. So if you think that I live in the middle of nowhere. No, it's strategically placed next to the mountains on the main road on this side of town. It looks isolated, but we're 2 minutes away. Next on Sunday, I will do the live from there. So hit like on this video. Good night, gang. Good night. Good night. I paid $10,000 and Jabba the Hutt, if you want to know how much it costs to fix it, if you want to know how much it costs to build it, you should watch my new video that's coming out tomorrow. Thanks for that. Were you able... Oh man, I'm not going to tell you if we came to an agreement. I'm not going to tell you. You have to watch the video. I'm going to hold that. I'm going to hold that. Because actually, it's really cool. I'm going to hold that. Spasiba, brat. Omsku, privyet. Oh. Hello from Omsk. How long do you think it will take to build your home? I'm going to start building the real home in spring of next year. And trust me, it's worth the wait, guys, because you have to do everything right. And I need to save the money. Yeah, that was Pushinka, the cat. It was like... "Arr, arr, arr, arr." I think Siberia is better than the Urals. I think it's better because I think here in Siberia, we're more proud. The Urals is beautiful. I think the Urals has beautiful mountains and beautiful plains, but Siberia is number one. I don't think we're gonna be able to build the basement. Guys, the Urals are absolutely beautiful, but because I live in Siberia, I will always say we have the best. Andre, I teach English and I make YouTube videos. Guys, tortas ahogadas would be amazing. Do you guys want to see the plans for our future home? Let me pop it up. I'm gonna show you guys the plans. Yes, the building. I'm gonna build according to building codes and everything. No, it's not 9 months of winter in Siberia. It's not 9 months of winter. It's like 7 months. It's like 7 months. Okay, guys. Let's I'm gonna show you guys the plans for my house. Okay? This was done by one of our subscribers, Verde. I gotta say Verde. Okay. I'm gonna show you guys the plans. Okay, just give me a second, guys. Give me a second so that I can give me a second. I want to show you guys the plans, okay? Because I think you guys are gonna love it. I just have to figure out how I can share it. One second. Stay with me, okay, guys? Stay with me. Sorry. I just want to I want to show you guys the plans of the house. No, when I'm fishing, people think I'm Russian. Just 1 second. Let me see how I can do it. Pushina. Okay. I might have it. Oh, we might have it. Oh my God, guys. Can you guys see this? You guys see this? Let me know if you guys can see it. You guys are gonna get the look on the property. Um, Everybody, let me know if you can see it. I need to know before we start. Um, I'm gonna we're gonna show you the blueprints. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, this was built, or this was designed by Verde, one of our subscribers. Okay, he's done it completely for free, but you need to know that this is done. Ksenia, Ksenia designed it to her liking. Ksenia has made it. I'm gonna show you right now. Ksenia has designed it to her liking. The only thing that I asked for was a baña. Okay? All that I asked for was a baña. I said, Ksenia, you can have the house how you want it, but please let me have the baña. So I'm going to go through this and I'm going to explain everything for you, exactly how we're going to build this. Okay. So this portion here that says shed, that's going to be the future baña, okay? The property viewed on Google Maps here is this property here. This is our property. This is 12 sot. This is 1,200 square meters, okay? Let's go slowly so you understand, okay? If you're just joining us right now, we're looking at the future build on our property house, all right? Let's continue. The house is planned to have 2 stories because we need the room. Initially, this portion right here, this portion used to be the entrance where we were going to bring the car. The property next door, guys, that's the guy who tried to steal our land. So we're going to close this and I'm going to break the wall right here. Tell me if you can see my mouse moving. We're breaking the wall here and I'm going to make a cemented path for a two-car garage in the house property. Why am I doing this? So that in the future, if I need to bring a car or unload things or anybody needs to come in the property, they can drive in and access the whole yard. Okay? Let's slow down here. Do you guys understand it? Okay. Okay, if you can't see the cursor, 1 second. I'll try to fix it. 1 second. Okay, 1 second. How do I make it show the cursor? What about this? Can you guys see this when it turns? Okay, I'm sorry, but I don't know how to make the cursor show, guys. We're going to continue showing you because we're going to get really, really into the nitty gritty. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So, these are the plans. All right, first, this is the first floor, okay? This is the first floor. On the first floor, you're going to go in where it says entrance, and it's going to have the lobby. This is the lobby here. Let's start off with the kitchen and the lounge. So the kitchen is going to be almost 10 square meters, but the lounge is going to be big. This is going to be a family room. If you speak English, you can basically see the dimensions of all these rooms. We're thinking about making it 8 meters by 12, 8 by 12, and it's going to have 5 rooms, 2 floors, and 3 bathrooms. Okay, 5 rooms, two floors and three bathrooms. This is going to cost me about 25,000 probably in by the time I'm done, but I'm gonna be building it myself. Um, can you guys see the layout? Can you guys see how it is? All right, let's go to the next portion here. This is going to be the second room. This is going to be the top floor. I want you guys to notice that the top floor has three rooms and it has the family room. Um, in Spanish, we have something called El Templo Mayor. This is gonna be like the room where we meet with friends. If I throw parties, this is gonna be the room where we celebrate Christmas parties. Like we can celebrate Christmas downstairs, but on top is the party room. Gonna get boogie and dance all night long. That's gonna be the room, the family room. That is 16 square meters. That's enough for all of us to get jiggy with it. Now, in the future, if anybody wants to have tourism, the top floor can certainly work for tourists. Of course, you can't be like a weirdo, crazy person, but this house is gonna be designed for that. Guys, I want to show you something else. This is not a dacha, by the way. This is a real house. The location that it's in, it is not a dacha place. This is 12 sot. This is gonna be a two-story house. This is a real house. This is none of that crazy. No. This is the real deal. Yeah, second room is for parties. Okay, guys, let's look at this house from the side here. Okay, see here, the architect has done everything. This is the side view. You can see that this is the view from the front. Okay, this is as you're coming in. On the left, you have the kitchen and the bedroom. On the right, you have a bedroom and another bedroom. And this is the path. This is the side view from the front. Sorry. Okay, now this is the side view from sunset. Okay, sunset view. You can see the entrance and everything, right? I'm gonna keep going slow so you guys can see everything. If you're just joining us, guys, this is the house that we're trying to build. Oh, it's cut, okay. This house is going to be built by an engineer, myself, and it's going to be aerated cement. Okay, it's going to be aerated cement. Yes, it's going to need heating. Guys, I'm going to be heating this with electricity. Electricity is almost free in this region. So it's going to be built like that. He's giving me the plans for like the plumbing, the electricity, the different sockets. It's all there. All the electric layout is all there. I want you guys to see how it looks from the top. One second, I can't find it. Here it is, right here. The reason why I'm showing you the top, guys, is because we plan on putting a balcony on the first floor. Okay, the first floor is gonna have a balcony, so it's gonna be 2 stories, and it's gonna have that balcony in the front. And yes, I really need 2 stories, Lucky, because I need to have room for family, friends, and future planning. Um, yeah, it needs to be 2 floors. Wait, what am I doing? Is it not showing right? We're gonna be growing crops. I just wanted to show you guys the plans for the house. All right, and we're back. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about that, huh? Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing? I really think that I can build it between 25 and $30,000. Okay, and it's not all gonna be like furnished and done everything. I'm gonna build the shell of the house, put the roof, and we're gonna go little by little by little by little. Who drew the plans? It was a subscriber, Verde. Like, I'm gonna make sure to shout him out, and he's gonna have a permanent room, like residence, at our house if he ever wants to visit. Um, he's been amazing. He's been so cooperative, and if he ever comes to Russia, he's gonna have his own room. Will you have friends and family to help? Yes. I will have friends in Sludanka. And also, if you're watching and you're from Irkutsk or Sludanka and you want to help, feel free to come and help when we start building. If you have any sort of job where you can give us discounts with like materials and stuff, please. It's really needed. But interior design, it's going to take a long time for us to fully finish it. A room for each subscriber. I wish I had enough room for you guys. But definitely it's gonna be, yeah. No, it is gonna be from 25 to 30,000, 100%. Spasiba, brat. Yeah, homes in Mexico are getting really expensive. Oh, guys, I want to show you something else. Um, you know, and I've been talking about it. I've been talking about it, but I really want to show you guys. Um, 1 second. Before I get off, I just need to show you guys because I feel that we have enough people here to where we can actually make a change on this video. I want to talk about it. Um, let's see. Okay, guys. The reason why I'm bringing back up the most recent channel is because some of you guys are always asking how much this does it cost. So if you don't believe that I can build it from 25 to $30,000, you need to go to my most recent video, like I said, and you need to make sure that you put the notifications on, guys, because you can see this tractor like bulldozer, right? How much do you think I paid for 4 hours and a half of work? How much do you guys think I paid for this on the thumbnail? Comment right now in the comment section. Tell me how much you think I paid to rent this for 4 hours and a half. I want to see your guys' estimates. You could do total, please. Guess, please. No. Wait, are you saying per hour or for 4 hours and a half? And just remember, guys, that he's flattening 120 bucks an hour. Oh, you guys are crazy. That's too. Okay. Make the guesses per hour. Guys, if you're going to guess per hour. Okay, that's a good guess. 50 United States dollar per hour is a very good guess. Very good guess. $30 an hour is a good guess too. 69. Lol. Nope. Actually, all right. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys. It cost me $35 an hour. Cost me $35 an hour. $35 an hour. So if you guessed between 25 to $50, you were close. $35 an hour. But the work that he did, guys, when you see this video, you're going to be like, okay, he did his job. So please, I'm asking you, like, again, if there's 200 people watching, please, every single one of you, go to this link and hit like, hit notifications on. I'm going to spam it a little bit one more time. You guys are gonna know first, but there's other things that I paid for in this video that you're gonna want to watch it's gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna start documenting every single thing that I pay for. You're gonna know in these videos. Okay, so thank you so much for everybody who donated. It's about let's see how much. It's 32 hours. It's a little bit more than a day. It's going to be tomorrow evening, guys. But please remember, go to this video, hit notifications on. Thanks for the donations. Thanks for the support. If you didn't join the Telegram, join the Telegram. Also, subscribe to Ksenia's Instagram because she puts more personal things on Instagram and you get to see Russia for what it really is. And you get to see, you know, what we really do. That's Ksenia's Instagram, and I'm going to share with you the Telegram right now. Let's go here, more. Okay, here's the this is the Telegram. For people who want to donate from Russia, I'm going to open up a Boosty. I think this is like a way to donate from Russia, or we can do donations directly to the card, right? Sberbank. Yeah, if you want to donate from Russia, maybe next week I'll fix it to where you can donate from Russia. But just know that everything is going into this build. Guys, you saw this video. Go to my most recent videos, hit notifications. We'll see you on the next one. Remember, leave a comment if you're still watching. Leave a comment that you watched this live and tell me what your favorite part was. And if this live gets to 350 likes, likes, the next live is going to be straight from our property. Okay? Thank you so much for joining us, guys.